YouTube, what's up? I'm back with another video about Navy boot camp. This video is going to be kind of some random things about boot camp. It may be one of the last videos about boot camp. But if anybody has questions or any other videos about boot camp they'd like to see, I'd be more than happy to make it. First, I'm going to start out with some random things, like marching, you know, some of my awkward experiences with boot camp. And then I'm going to end with graduation and that whole experience and what it's like on graduation day and maybe a couple days prior leading up to graduation. Alright, so first I'm going to start with FQA. I mentioned FQA in a previous video. If you want to go check that out, I'll put the link in the description. But FQA is, you don't like FQA in boot camp. They will ruin your division because I'm not sure if they still do it or not, but when I went through boot camp, they had different types of graduating divisions. They had Hall of Fame, CNO, Battle E, and then Battle Bug, which, you know, Hall of Fame being the best and Battle Bug being the worst. But FQA is those people that will give you a demerit chit or a street hit or anything like that, which will deduct points towards your, I guess, you know, graduating division. So FQA, they walk around everywhere in boot camp. They watch you while you're marching. They are the ones that do the inspections. So they can give you a hit for anything. That goes back to when I was talking about the deck log for starboard and port watch. Everything has to be on point there, or they'll give you a hit for that, and it'll count towards your division score. It's also another flag you can earn. You can earn a Hall of Fame flag. You can earn a Battle E flag or CNO flag, and that'll be carried in with you once you graduate. So I'm going to go ahead and talk about marching. Marching is, like I said, a big part of boot camp. You'll learn how to march in ranks. You'll learn different movements, and you'll learn how to do drill pretty much. It's really fun. Marching, you spend a lot of time doing it, so you might as well get used to it. The inspections on marching they're alright. It's maybe a little rigorous, but other than that, after the inspections are over for marching, it's a sigh of relief. But there's 3 inspections for marching, or 2 maybe, but the main one is the last one. And then I'm going to start talking about some of my awkward experiences, I guess. They're not really too awkward, they're just some of my experiences through boot camp. So the night I got to boot camp, I didn't obviously know anybody, but I was sitting in the classroom and I saw this guy walk in, and I was like, please don't let this guy, you know, sleep with me in the same area or be like my rack mate. And you know what, he ended up being my rack mate, but at the end this guy became my best friend through boot camp. He was really cool, very smart guy. So I guess that was one of the awkward experiences. Another one was showering with every other guy in the division, because, you know, most people haven't showered with other guys before. So that was the first experience for me, showering with a bunch of other guys. But that gets really weird because everybody gets really comfortable doing that, and people start actually singing in the shower. And one day, our RDC actually ran into the head and yelled at somebody for singing in the shower. So don't do that. But I'm going to move on and talk about my RDCs and my experience with them. We had a chief, a first class petty officer, and a second class petty officer. The chief was really awesome. You know, he was probably my favorite RDC. When it was time to get down to business, he was all about it. But he also took the time to sit back and talk to us and not be so hard on us about everything. The first class petty officer, he was all about business all the time. Nothing was funny to him. So we worked out a lot with him. And then the second class petty officer was the same way, but he was kind of more laid back, but he was still serious about business. My chief is the one that actually picked me for the advancement, and he talked to me throughout boot camp and really motivated me to volunteer and step up in the division. So that was pretty cool. Also, you're going to have a lot of free time in boot camp, a lot. So you should take the time to study as much as you can. And you're going to be standing a lot. The only time you'll ever get to sit down is when you go to sleep at night at 2200. So you'll be standing all day, and it gets boring, it gets old, but you got to do it. It'll be over in 8 to 9 weeks. So that's just the random stuff. Now we'll talk about the day of graduation. The day of graduation is probably the best day of boot camp. The morning of graduation, you'll wake up, get your dress whites or dress blues ready, and wear your dress whites or blues down to breakfast. You'll get chow, eat breakfast, and then you'll come back, get prepared for graduation. You'll actually march down to the drill hall and practice the graduation ceremony a couple of times before you actually have the graduation ceremony. I'm not going to talk about the ceremony too much because I don't want to spoil it for people that are going to graduate and go to boot camp and whatnot. It's quite a good experience. And after graduation's over, they call Liberty Call. And that's, where you have a chance to go meet your family, go off base, hang out. Pretty much you have free time until your RDC say you have to be back. But if you're flying out the next day, which will most likely be everybody unless you're going across the street to A school. But if you're flying out the next day to after graduation, you will go out from Liberty after graduation, which graduation is usually about 09 to 11 in the morning, and then you'll have from 11 till, most people have 19. We had, I think it was 20 or 20:45 before we had to be back because we were a Battle E division, and there was 2 CNO and 2 Battle E, and everybody else in our training group was Battle Bug, so we were actually one of the elite training divisions in the graduating class. So we got to stay out till 20:45, and it was pretty great. I got to spend a lot of time with my family and my wife, and it felt really, really great to see them and be able to spend time with them before I had to fly out the next day. But if you're going across the street, and staying in Great Lakes, but going across the street for A school, you will have to go across the street right after graduation, check in to that command over there, get everything checked in, get your room, drop off all your stuff, and then you have until you have Friday, Saturday, and Sunday to spend with your family and all that stuff, and then you have to report back either Sunday night or Monday morning. So you have all weekend liberty with your family, which is pretty cool if you're going across the street, I guess. But yeah, boot camp is it's a pretty great experience. It's a once in a lifetime thing, unless you go back to being RDC. But that's it for this video. I hope y'all enjoyed it. My next video will probably be about MAA school, and then after that I'll decide what else I will talk about. But anyways, I'm rambling too much. But give it a thumbs up. comment, tell me what y'all are starting to think about my videos, and subscribe. Thank you for watching.